What's good, good people? Soul Brother number one coming back at you from the top of the chocolate Milky Way, here to reclaim the pyramids. This evening we're going to be taking a look at Neca Defenders of the Earth, Lothar. And Lothar, like Ming before him, like the preview review of Ming before him, Lothar been around for a minute. As a matter of fact, Lothar was one of the first fictional black superhero characters. Like Ming, he came out in 1934. This is what he looked like when he first came out. And of course, you know, Babylon gonna Babylon. They had him when he first came out. He was kind of like a sidekick to Mandrake the Magician. He was known as a prince or king of 7 tribes. He was from Africa. They had him speaking broken English, but maybe that's because you know he was African. I don't know, but but also he was back then. He had like superpowers, as described by I looked it up on the internet. The powers that he had kind of resembled, made him. He was walking around like Luke Cage. It said he had super strength, was impervious to any man-made weapon, and all of that. And then later on, I think in the 60s, here's a picture of him in the 60s. They kind of modernized him. They took him out of the one piece, gave him a shirt and some pants. He didn't speak the broken English anymore. I think he was still a prince or king of some 7 tribes in Africa. I believe he was still, subservient sidekick to Lothar. Not as much though, because it was the 60s, but he was still there. And that brings us to this iteration that we're going to be taking a look at today. This is the Defenders of the Earth iteration that came. Defenders of the Earth was a cartoon. Flash Gordon cartoon came out in, I think, 1985. And this was the look they went with. And he still got his Mandrake connections in that. But I believe at this point they had made him, he was from Jamaica. He still was strong, but he wasn't super strong. He had different type of skills, mountaineering and all type of skills, stuff like that. So, but he's come a long way. But Lothar deserves some recognition for being one of the first black superheroes. But now with that out the way, going to take a look at the packaging. Similar to the first packaging, you got the semi-wraparound packaging with artwork of the character in the front. You have the window here. Defenders of the Earth on the front. Defenders of the Earth on the side. A picture. On the back, you have the cross-sell. Picture of the character. A little write-up bio. And on this bio, let's see. Yeah, it's still saying he's Mandrake's assistant. Has military genius. His specialty is plot strategy and psychological warfare. So yeah, you can pause and read that if you want to. Defenders of the Earth on the top. As far as accessories, he comes with 2 extra hands, left and right fist. He comes with the same type of laser pistol that they all come with. It's kind of like the same as Ming. It's molded black, but it has some kind of bluish purple highlights on it. I don't know if that's coming up, but it's the exact same type of pistol. They all come with that pistol, and they all come with these blast effects. You got one short, and then you have one long. And I like the end point at those blast effects where it's like the impact point there. So that is pretty cool. He also comes with a knife, green handle, silver blade, and I don't know if you can see it, but the blade has a serrated edge on the back. I don't know if that's coming up. That's pretty good. And he has a sheath for it right on his vest here. Goes in like so. And his last accessory that he comes with, as you can see, I'm getting it out of his hand now. You got a tight grip on it. Is this a rope? Of course it's not a rope, but you know, it's supposed to be a rope, and it's attached to this climbing gear apparatus thing, and this extends. That extends out. That's pretty cool. And the arms on it, they can go out like that, and you can have them down like that, and it goes all the way down just like that for when he's not using it. Thought that's a pretty good accessory. Something that classified alpine you wanna, if you had this, you could use it with an alpine. And now to the figure. And this was the figure that I was talking about in the last video I did with Ming. As far as detail, bring them closer to the screen. You could look at the detail on this figure, and I think they Neca knocked it out the park with this. You have his vest here with pouches, different paint apps on the pouches, kind of a green type color when the pouches. The vest is a bluish gray type color. Green on the pouches there. And I do believe you can take this vest off. This vest can come off. Has the Defenders of the Earth logo in the center here. Has a backpack, but that backpack is molded on. That doesn't come off. He has the rope going around his left shoulder there. He has a belt on, green belt, gold buckle. Knife fell out, put that over there. Grayish blue pouches to match the color of the vest. Oh, he has one elbow pad. You see that one there? That's a green elbow pad. Then he has green knee pads, green leg holster, the boots that match his vest with the green tipped on the toe. Now we're going to get into, before we get into articulation, you can just check out the detail on that face sculpt there. Yeah, like I say, they knocked it out the park here. But as far as our head articulation, it goes up about that far, down that far. You can get 360 on the head. No problem with the T-pose. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinned elbows, but the pins are skin tone, may match his cut the skin. So if you're gonna have pin joints, the pins need to be the same color as this part of the arm. If it's if it's just the arm or if it's clothing. It need to be the same color. Has his wrist gauntlets here, green with yellow. And the hands are on an in and out peg hinge, and they got 360 on that. You do have the diaphragm cut, but that vest is going to hinder that diaphragm. You got waist swivel, waist rotation. You get a little movement on that diaphragm. His leg can kick out about 90. It's not going back a little. It's like going back to the side about that much. No thigh cut there. You do have the double jointed knees. They are pinned, but you see the pins are the same color as his pants. Do have the boot swivel. Ankle pivot goes down by that far. Oh, toe pivot as well. And you got a generous rocker there. But this figure here, this and Ming, out of the five figures for this Defenders of the Earth line, I believe Ming and Lothar are the best looking figures as far as detail and all of that. You know, just the way they look. These are some nice figures here. But I'm going to get Lothar back like I had him and conclude the video. All right, and here we have Lothar. Final look at Lothar. With his grappling hook and rope attached, he's holding on to it. And I can't say enough about this figure. This figure is nice, top notch. Like I said about me, you ain't got him, you might want to think about going out getting you one, because this is I don't think you would be disappointed with this figure. This figure is nice. The gun they could have made the holster a little bit more so the gun could fit. It doesn't fit all that well. I mean, it fits, it's just not tight. It doesn't stay too tough. But if you just have them in it like this, it'll stay in there. But that is my review of Neca's Master Defenders of the Earth, Lothar. And remember, put a glide in your stride, a dip in your hip, and let's all wait on the mothership. Y'all be easy.